Welcome back to the Make You a Better Public Speaker. Today is lesson 99, and we're talking about Anacoluthon. You heard that correctly. Anacoluthon. Simply put, a rhetorical device that essentially abruptly stops and shifts flow or direction within a speech or any kind of topic. And there are three reasons why you need to incorporate an Anacoluthon within your speech or presentation. Fun fact is, most of us do this already in a lot of dialogue, or even in our own like non-presentation or speech. We do this in everyday life sometimes when we're kind of thinking out loud and we're talking to one of our friends. But three reasons. Number one is to emphasize a point. So again, anacoluthon can be employed to emphasize a key point within a speech. For example, you could say, "I thought we were going to win this election, but we really need to focus on." Folks, it's not just about winning for ourselves, but winning for the community. So in this example, there's a sudden shift from what I thought to what really we all need to focus on. And again, this happens to a lot of people that don't prepare, in my opinion. But if you do this on purpose, it can again emphasize a point. But like myself, I have so many ideas in my brain that a lot of times I can go in this direction and then go in this direction accidentally. But if you, again, can put it in your speech on purpose and practice it in the delivery, it really kind of works out with emphasizing a point. Number two, creating suspense or surprise. So, again, we talk about this concept of trying to build suspense, keeping your audience engaged, and we can use Anacoluthon to introduce some twists and turns within our speech. For example, you could say, "As I stood on the edge of the cliff, I felt the rush of the wind, the adrenaline pumping through my veins, and suddenly I realized the truth." Now, again, this abrupt switch from like building, building, building to then I realized something. It I realized the truth. This kind of creates some anticipation and some curiosity, like maybe even some downer in a way, depending on how you use it. But again, Anna Pluton can build the suspense and in some kind of anticipation or surprise. Number three is demonstrating a stream of consciousness or authenticity. See, this is real. Pronunciation is real. Now, again, as I mentioned before, for myself, a lot of times my brain kind of goes in a million different directions. So I can be talking about this and I can shift gears to over here. And what this does with authenticity is it makes you relatable as like a human being. Because a lot of times we have a lot of things going on in our brains, and we can't focus on one thing. If you're ADHD, like myself, I can do a lot of things that are different. This is why these videos are about 3 to 4 minutes long, because I can't pay attention and focus longer than that. So again, here's an example. "I wasn't sure if I could just take this job, but life is full of opportunities, and sometimes you just have to grab them, even if they scare you." So again, it's this kind of idea of where you're talking about uncertainty, insecurity, and maybe even fear, but then you go into the positive. It's like, I could do this. That is an example of anacluthon as a stream of conscious thoughts. Right? So, oh my goodness. Besides the word being probably new to everybody, we use this quite a bit, even when we're thinking in our heads. But again, if we write anacluthons, we'd be able to kind of use this tool. Don't overuse it, because any rhetorical device is meant to use to kind of for a reason. Every word you write in a speech or presentation should mean something. And anacluthons do just that. So don't overuse them. But again, you can use them to emphasize a point, create suspense or surprise, or again, demonstrate stream of consciousness or authenticity with yourself and the audience. So go out there, use some anacoluthons within your speech or presentation, and become a better public speaker. See you next time.